Hey everyone, welcome to another patch of the week. This week's patch is the switch patch. So, what do we use the switch patch with? Well, the switch patch is a really simple patch, but we use it all of the time in all of our projects because we always need to turn things on and off. We can turn on and off objects, we can turn on and off effects, we can use it with interaction, and that's something we'll be covering in our example project. Let's see what sort of inputs it takes. The switch patch is pretty simple really. It takes pulse signals and then it uses those to turn itself on and off, and it outputs a Boolean signal, and that Boolean signal will have a tick or it will be empty, and that will indicate whether it's on or off. So let's quickly run through our inputs and outputs for our switch patch. The first input is the flip. This input takes a pulse input. In fact, all of the switch inputs take pulse inputs. So flipping the switch will flip it from on to off if it was already on, or if it was already turned off, it will flip it to on. It basically flips it to the opposite. Second of all, we have a turn on. So this will only turn on our switch, and if it's already on, it won't do anything. Same again for the third input. So this one will just turn off our switch. If the switch is already off, it won't do anything at all. Now what this outputs is a Boolean signal. So a Boolean indicates whether our switch is on or off. Pretty simple really. So this patch is most often combined with other patches which you'll see in our example project, which I'll show you now. So this is our example project for patch of the week this week. It's all about the switch patch here. So as you can see, we have our face finder, our face select, and then this patch appears here, and this allows us to take a lot of information from the face. So in this case, we've taken the mouth open patch, so whether or not our mouth is open, and then we're feeding this into a pulse patch here. Now what this pulse patch is doing is every time my mouth is open, it fires a turned on pulse, and we use this to turn our switch on. And then what that does is it changes the materials on our light bulb to turn on. So if I open my mouth and close it again, it turns off. So open, close. Pretty straightforward. So the switch here has a third node, which is the flip node. So say I just wanted to turn it on and off and flip the switch. So this is every 1 second it's firing this. So as you'll know from our last patch of the week, the animation patch video, we can use our loop animation to fire a pulse every second or so, or if we want to do it quicker, 0.2. And that can just fire on and off and on and off, or every 4 seconds. And whilst it's doing this, I can still open and close my mouth. So we can use the switch in multiple different ways. Really, really simple patch, but it's integral to the logic of the projects that we make in Spark. So it's something that you should really play around with and learn to use. We'll be covering the pulse patch in the next video. It's very similar to the switch patch, and they often are used together, but we can use the pulse patch for a lot of different things as well. So this is our little project here. You can have a look and play around with the project yourself. So these are all the materials that it's changing. I've had to lower this one down a bit because it was a bit strong. So if we change it to 0.5, you can see it changes. Should really change this, shouldn't I? Too bright. 0.6. You can see the filament in the bulb there. So yeah, you can play around with the materials for this. We also have 2 planes in the background which allow us to sort of see a bit of a glow around the bulb, and the dark background which accentuates it because my background is far too light, as you can see up here. Further down here we have the light bulb position controller, and what that's doing is it's just taking the position and rotation of the face and smoothing it out a little, so the bulb follows our head but not to you directly. So if I was to just bring these up here and switch these in, you would see that it would follow my head movements directly. But sometimes you want it to look a little nicer, so that's what this is doing here. Okay, so this project is going to be free to download and you can get it in the link below. If this has been helpful to you, if you could hit like and subscribe, that would be really helpful to me and the channel. I'm starting to see a few more subscribers recently, and that's really nice. Very kind of you. And yeah, just wanted to say thank you, and I'm glad you're enjoying these. All right, catch you in the next one. Peace.